Assalamu alaikum. I know everybody's very much anxious about the results, right? But I'm asked to speak, so I'm going to make it very short. Out of all these great mothers, why was I asked to speak? Has to be something special, right? Okay. Now, this is my son. He's 15 years old. I'm his Quran teacher. I'm his mother and his best friend. Okay. Every mother is a great mother. You're their teacher, you're their friend, everything else. Why was I asked to speak today? Because this is the Quran competition that changed my son's life. How did it change his life? 2 years back, he came to this competition. He's a Qari also and Hafiz, right? He entered both categories. He lost very badly. He was so shattered, he said, I take an oath, I will never enter a Quran competition in my life. And I said, what? You're a Hafiz. He said, Mom, I'm a Hafiz. I will do the revision, but I will never recite in my life. And I was like, but you love to recite. He said, yeah, but I don't think I'm good. I said, you don't need a competition to prove you're good, right? We don't need a competition to prove you're good, right? Okay. So I'm a mother. I cannot see my son sad because he was a reciter and he would force himself not to recite the Quran. And I would look at him and I would feel so sad, like, oh my God, this kid, he's dying from inside. He wants to recite, but he doesn't. He says, Mom, please don't talk about recitation. Okay, I'm a therapist, so I was treating my patient one day. I was coming back while treating my patient, and I saw a plane in the sky. I said, what should I do? I came home. I said, hey, do you want to become a pilot? He said, what? Pilot? I'm a Hafiz. I said, so what's wrong with a pilot? Because I wanted to give him a break and change something. Like, I don't know, I could not see him sad. No mother wants to see his kid sad, right? We want to see that smile. And we would do anything. And I came up with this crazy idea. I said, do you want to fly planes? Become a pilot? He said, I'm 13. In US, if you want to fly, you have to be 16. I said, okay, do you want to fly a plane? He said, I don't know what is wrong with you. I said, I don't know what is wrong with me. Okay. We went to an aviation college. He entered aviation college at the age 13. And then, at the age 14, he said, Mom, I want to make a world record. I said, what do you want to do now? He said, I want to be the first Muslim pilot to fly solo cross-country at age 14. I said, no, he's my only son. He's my only son, my only hope. I love him so much, he's my soul. I said, what happens if your plane crashes? He said, Mom, we are Muslims, we believe in Allah. What's wrong with you? I thought you were very strong. I said, I'm strong, you're my only son, forget everything. He said, no, Mom, I want to make a world record. I said, but in US, you cannot fly a plane until you're 16. He said, okay, I have an idea, let's go to Canada. Because in Canada, you can fly a plane when you're 14. We went to Canada. Okay, he said, now Mom, and there are cameras, there is this, because he's making a world record, right? It's huge, it's going to be world news. And I said, what happens if your plane crashes? Because he's going to fly on the ocean solo. He said, why will my plane crash? I said, what if your engine quits? He said, Mom, I am trained, I'm a pilot, I have license. If anything happens, I can control. I said, look son, if your plane crashes, in 3 minutes you will die because it's Canadian Ocean. It is freezing. So he said, so I said, either you make a world record or you die. He said, no, nothing will happen. I will just make a world record. I said, okay. All right, everything's set. He wants to make a world record. He goes flying. Guess what? He's on the ocean. His plane stops. The engine stops. And he's alone because he's making a world record. It's solo world record. And I don't know because I'm way back because it was a 3-hour flight. And I'm just reciting Allah, Allah, Allah. I don't know what's going on because he's in the plane. I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back. And my husband was back home. He had no idea we went to make a world record. If he knew, he would say, this mother is crazy. But actually, the son is crazy, not the mother. So I said, okay, so his engine stopped. And he's like, okay, I don't want to die. I'm a hafiz. What do I do? What do you do when you see death? You recite Quran. And that's where his recitation started. He started reciting the Quran. But the engine would not start. And he said, oh my God. So he was about to make an emergency call, like, okay, because when the engine fails, you have to make an emergency call, like, hey, I'm so-and-so, this is the pilot, and okay, now my plane is crashing or whatever. And he was about to make the call, but he was reciting Quran. His engine started. And I still have no idea what's going on. Because I could see him fly because there were all cameras, because it is world news. He will be the first Muslim to make the world record. All right, guess what? His engine starts, he lands, and then he's supposed to come back from the same ocean. Now, he was supposed to take fuel for the plane, but for some reason, he couldn't get the fuel. So while coming back, there was no fuel. He said, oh my God, there is no fuel in the plane. So again, I crash. What do I do? What do you do when you see death? You recite the Quran again. But this time, it's not death. It's like, oh my God, there is no fuel. And if I recite the Quran, the fuel is not going to come back, right? He's like, oh my God. So he said, okay, I'm a pilot. I know how to manage this, because when we all have cars, when you run out of fuel, you know how to drive economically, right? You know how to do it. So he said, okay, I'm going to fly with my brain and use the fuel as much as I need to land. And then finally, after 3 hours of this flight, I saw his plane. I said, oh my God, he's alive. He came back. But I still had no idea what happened there. He said, Mom, and that there were cameras, this is the world record, he's a Muslim who made this world record. And he came and told me, oh, by the way, Mom, my engine quit. I said, oh my God, what happened? And he said, I'm alive. I said, no, forget about your life. What happened? He said, Mom, I'm alive, nothing happened. This is the story. Okay. So, had he not lost the competition in Imam Shatibi 2 years ago, he never would have made the world record. Because he lost, he thought that, okay, I need to change focus a little bit. He made 2 world records, not 1. And now, inshallah, I hope he wins today. Oh God. Otherwise, he'll make a 3rd world record. So it's up to the judges. Either you want him to make a 3rd world record, which is very dangerous. He wants to fly around the world. Okay, you better make him win. He's my only son. If he doesn't win today, he said, I am flying around the world, the first Muslim in the whole world, in the entire. He will be the first American to fly around the world at the age of 15. So, you want my son alive? Please give him the competition. I will give you the money. Because this is the competition where he lost and he said, I will make the world record. I said, you're crazy. If you lose anything, please don't do anything crazy, okay? You have an example. He's alive. I'm happy. So, So this is my story, and the reason I was asked to speak is because it was something special. I'm very proud of him. He's a hafiz, he's a qari, and I'm his only teacher and his best friend. The day I'm sad, he says, my life is done, Mom. If you're sad, I'm not happy. So he's the best son a mother can have. He's everything I can ask for. I'm so grateful to Allah that he is a hafiz, he's a qari, and today he's standing here. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum. I'd like to keep it nice and short. I don't get many chances like this in public. I would like to thank my mom sincerely for all the hard work, dedication, enthusiasm, and charisma she has applied into my life. And like my mom had mentioned earlier, that with the days when she's mad at me, I feel that, things are not going good that day. It's like kind of the end for me. And she's been my confidant, she's been my benefactor, she's been my best friend, she's been my Quran teacher, she's been my coach, she's been my flight instructor, she's been everything to me. Most importantly, what I think from the bottom of my heart is that without my mom, I would be nothing, definitely. Without my mom's hard work. Yeah, please, we can have a round of applause for her. Without my mom's hard work, without her dedication, she had, sacrificed her entire life. A lot of mothers do that, but her life is completely sidelined. In other words, she's merged her life with mine. We're both one now. But inshallah, the way how I look at musabaqat now is that usually it's for personal achievement and benefit, but I look at musabaqat as a fruit of happiness and success, but not that what the student does not achieve, that the teacher feels more happy because he or she figures that the hard work I put has been translated. So my only hope is not to win because I want to prove myself or I'll feel happy by myself, is that I want to provide the happiness to my mom that what she has been trying to bestow upon me since I was born. So thank you so very much, Mom, for all your hard work, love, dedication. She always cares for me, she's very loving. You can see that she's very concerned about my life. Because of her, I became a pilot. Because of Musabaqa, I became a pilot. Because of her, I became Hafiz. Because of her dedication and her charisma, most importantly, she brought me and she developed the love in the Quran. If you don't have love in the Quran, Musabaqat, Hifd, everything is useless. So once again, thank you so very much, Mom. And to all the people who have watched a couple of movies recently, I love you 3000. So, assalamu alaikum.